Welcome to AJ Akshara Academy YouTube channel. In this session, I am going to discuss CBSE class 6th electricity and circuits question and answers. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Please share your valuable comments in the comment section. Okay, let us go to the today's session. First one. NCERT textbook exercises. Go to the first one. Fill in the blanks. Here, first one. A device that is used to break an electric circuit is called. Here, which is the device is used to break an electric circuit? That is switch. So, switch is the device which is used to break an electric circuit. So, what is the device? Switch. Switch is the device which is used to break an electric circuit. An electric cell has dash terminals. In an electric cell, how many terminals? 2 terminals. So, in an electric cell, 2 terminals. So, electric cell has 2 terminals. One is a positive terminal, other one is a negative terminal. So, here in a cell contains 2 terminals, one is positive and one is negative. So, total how many? 2 terminals. Here longer one represents positive, shorter line represents negative terminal. This is the symbolic representation of a cell. So, an electric cell has 2 terminals. Okay, next. Now we are telling which is the statements are either which is true and which is false. We will discuss. Electric current can flow through metals. The second one, instead of metal wires, a jute string can be used to make a circuit. Electric current can pass through a sheet of thermocol. Now in these statements, which is true and which is false, we will discuss. Electric current can flow through metals. Yes. Why? Because metals are good conductors. Conductors allows electricity to pass through them are known as here. Metals are good conductors. So, conductors allow the electric current. So, electric current can flow through metals. True. Instead of metal wires, a jute string can be used to make a circuit. No, it is false. So, jute string cannot be allowing the electric current. So, doesn't allows electric current. So, that's why a jute string can be used to make a circuit. This is a incorrect statement. So, it is a false. Electric current can pass through a sheet of thermocol. Thermocol is a bad conductor. It is not allowing electric current to pass through it. So, that's why it is an incorrect statement. So, electric current can pass through a sheet of thermocol? No, it is a wrong statement. So, electric current cannot pass through a sheet of thermocol. So, that is why here they are telling that electric current can pass through a sheet of thermocol. This is the false statement. Okay. Next one. Next one. Explain why the bulb would not glow in the arrangement shown in figure. Observe the figure. So, in this figure, here we are taking the cell arrangement of this figure is cell. One terminal is connected to a bulb and bulb another terminal is connected to this screwdriver with the plastic here, and then top end it is made of metal is connected to another terminal, which the wire the other terminal of this bulb is connected to the holder plastic holder of this screwdriver. Now the bulb is glowing. No, the bulb is not glowing. Why? Because it is an insulator. Now you see. Here we know that a bulb lights up only when a bulb and wire form a complete path which starts at one terminal of the electric cell and ends at the other terminal. So here in this arrangement the circuit is not complete. The handle of the screw is made up of some other material which is an insulator. So that's why the bulb will not glow. So that's why here the bulb is not glowing. Why? Because the handle of the screwdriver is made up of some other material, nothing but either plastic. So it is a insulator. So that's why the bulb is not glowing in this arrangement. Next one. Next one, complete the drawing shown in the figure to indicate where the free ends of the two wires should be joined to make the bulb glow. See the figure? This is the incomplete diagram. So we have to complete this diagram, and these two free ends are not connected, and we have to connect these two wires, and then after completing the circuit, then electric current will pass through circuit, then the bulb will glow. Now see the complete diagram. See, this is the complete diagram. Here these two terminals are, these are the two wires which are the free ends of two wires should be joined to make the bulb glow. Here this terminal is connected to the terminal of the bulb, and then which is the another end of this wire is connected to the another terminal of this battery, then it is known as complete circuit. Okay, this end is connected to the bulb and this is connected to the another terminal of the cell. Now this is complete circuit. This is incomplete circuit. This is incomplete diagram, and this is complete. This is complete circuit diagram. Okay. Next one, what is the purpose of using an electric switch? Name some electrical gadgets that have switches built into them. Now, what is the use of electric switch? Switch is used to break, or switch is a simple device which is close the circuit and which completes the circuit. So, a simple device which either breaks the circuit or complete circuit is known as a switch. So, a switch is a simple device that either breaks the circuit or completes the circuit. Hence, we use electric switches in order to either stop an electrical gadget or in function when required, or to start an electrical gadget when needed. So, by using switch, we can stop or we can start the electrical gadgets. Some electrical gadgets that have switches built into them are electric iron, table fan, television set, radio, etc. So these are all the gadgets which have the switches built into them. Okay, this is the purpose of this switch, and this is the definition of switch. A switch is a simple device that either break the circuit or complete the circuit. Hence, we use the switches in order to either start or stop. So, these are the some electrical gadgets that are, those are electric iron, table fan, television set and radio. Okay, next one. Would the bulb glow after completing the circuit shown in figure if instead of safety pin we use an eraser? Here, if you are replacing the safety pin, then we are putting an eraser, then the bulb will glow. Now we discuss. No, the bulb will not glow because eraser is an insulator. It won't allow the electric current to pass through it. So that's why bulb will not glow if we place an eraser in the place of safety pin. Now we'll discuss. No, the bulb will not light up. This is because an electric bulb lights up only when the circuit is completed, and eraser is a non-conducting material. See, this is the diagrammatical representation. So this is the electric circuit. Here in a cell containing two terminals, one terminal is connected to bulb and another terminal is connected to pins on the drawing board and is connected to the another pin in the drawing board, and in between these two pins we use here safety pin. Safety pin acts as like a switch. Now we are replacing the switch and we are putting an eraser. Would the bulb will glow if you place eraser? No, because eraser is a non-conducting material. It is an insulator, so it won't allow electricity to pass through it. So that's why the bulb is not glowing in this situation. Okay, next one. Would the bulb glow in the circuit shown in figure? See this? Now here we are taking a bulb and one terminal is connected to the cell by using woolen thread. It is very important. This is the woolen thread. Now here this is woolen thread. In between bulb and cell, conducting material is here woolen thread, and then dry cell, and another terminal of the cell is connected to the another terminal of the bulb. Now in the situation the bulb is glowing or not glowing. Now the bulb will glow or not glow. Now the bulb is not glowing. Why? Would the bulb glow in the circuit as shown in the figure? No, the bulb is not glowing situation, because here in between bulb and cell the connecting wire is woolen thread. Here by using woolen thread we connected. Woolen thread is a non-conducting material. It is an insulator. So that's why electric current is not passed through inside. So it is insulator. So the bulb is not glowing. Now I'll discuss. In this circuit, the bulb is connected through a woolen thread with the negative terminal of electrical cell, since woolen thread is not a conductor of electricity. So it will not allow the electricity to flow through it. So that is from the bulb to the electrical cell. So thus the circuit remains incomplete and hence the bulb will not light up. Okay. Here woolen thread is an insulator. So that's why bulb will not light up. Now next one. Using the conduction tester on an object, it was found that the bulb begins to glow. Is that object a conductor or insulator? Explain. Now the material of that object is a conductor, because with this object bulb lights up, showing that electricity is flowing in the circuit. So that is, the circuit is complete. This is possible only if the material of the object allows the electricity to pass through it, and we know only conductors allow the electricity to pass. So thus the material of the object must be a conductor. Here using the conduction tester on an object, it was found that the bulb begins to glow. When the bulb will glow, here in the presence of conductor only the bulb will glow. In the presence of insulator, the bulb will not glow. Why? Because conductors allows the electric current to pass through them. Insulators does not allow the electric current to pass through them. Is that object a conductor or insulator? That object is a conductor. It is not an insulator. Okay, next one. Why should an electrician use rubber gloves while repairing an electric switch at your home? Why? Because these rubber gloves are insulators. Rubber gloves is a non-conducting material. So that's why rubber gloves wear electricians while using the electrical repairs. So while carrying out electrical repairs, one must wear rubber gloves. This is because our body is a good conductor of electricity, and if there is any contact of naked wire with our naked hand, it will be very dangerous. So and if we are with rubber gloves on our hands, the rubber being an insulator will protect us from electric shock. So that's why to avoid getting electric shock by the electrician, So that's why electrician uses rubber gloves. So to avoid shock, to avoid getting electric shock, electrician uses rubber gloves while repairing an electric switch at your home. Okay, next one. The handles of the tools like screwdrivers and pliers used by electrician for repair work usually have plastic or rubber covers on them. Can you explain why? Why? Because here with the screwdrivers, the electrician must touch naked wires and screws in which electricity is flowing. If the screwdriver will not have no handle made up of plastic or wood, the electricity will flow through the screwdriver and to his body, which is itself a good conductor of electricity. So, and he must face an electric shock. If the handles are coated with wood or plastic, which are insulators, that will check this flow of electricity. So, thus making him safe from electric shock. So, why here handles of tools like screwdrivers and pliers used by electrician for repairs work usually have plastic or rubber gloves? Because these plastic and rubber covers are insulators. So, for the safe purpose or for to avoid getting electric shock by the electricians, these are using which are coated with plastic and rubber covers. Okay, so that's why handles of a tools are tools like screwdrivers and pliers used by electricians for repair work usually have plastic or rubber covers, because this plastic and rubber covers are insulators. So for electricians health purpose or for to save an electrician to avoid getting of electric shock, for the electricians they are using screwdrivers and pliers which have handles made up of plastic or rubber covers. Okay, thanks for watching this video.